Good morning, good morning, good morning. I just thought I would check it back. This is Clarice Myers coming to you live. I almost thought I was not going to be able to go live this morning. I just resolved myself, okay, Facebook did not tell us that they were having some issues. Anyway, I think, well, it says I'm live. Yes, I'm speaking to spiritual entrepreneurs who want more, who want to do more with their life, who expect more, and will not settle for mediocrity. So, I feel a little flustered this morning, but I thought, let me get on before it goes off again. So this morning, I'm not going to be here very long. I'm going to be just talking a little bit about leadership. Are you leadership material? Oh, good. You can see me. Good, we're on. Good. Oh, yes, now I don't feel so bad. Good morning, Sharita. Good morning, Sharita. Are you leadership material? That's what I'm going to be talking about. You know, there's some people who are placed in leadership roles, but they had not been adequately prepared for leadership. And I say, are you leadership material to get you, and even for myself, to reflect and see what are those qualities leaders need to have. Because if you look at any of those successful people out there who have attained success, they are leaders. And this is what constitutes a good leader. There are leaders out there. There's some of them who are really not good leaders. And I could think of some people right now, but I'm not going to say. I'll let you do that for yourself. Good morning, Robert. Good morning to you. Glad that you can join me this morning. We almost didn't have a Facebook Live this morning. And good morning, Michelle. Good morning, sir. Good morning to you. So, the first thing, the first attribute that an effective leader needs to have is unwavering courage. You know, no one wants to follow someone who dominates over them, you know, tries to lead them, but they lack self-confidence and courage. They're trying to put everything else off onto someone else. You know, one of my friends, she, at her job, her supervisor, supposed to be the one in charge, but somehow she wants to put all of her responsibilities onto the employees that work in the office. And then she sits in there and does her nails and do whatever she wants to do. That is definitely not a sign of a good leader. They need to have unwavering courage. Sometimes things are difficult, but you move through it, you work through it. Second, self-control. There's nothing like a leader who has no self-control. You know, they fly off at the drop of a hammer falls, and they get mad, and they take out their anger on the others who work with them. Self-control. If in order to be able to be a good leader, not only do you need to have self-control, you cannot expect to control a group of people working together if you have no self-control. All right. Oh, by the way, there are 11 of these. I was just going to share 6 today, and then the other 5 tomorrow. So I'll just see if I can get through these 6, because I wasn't planning to be here long. Yes, good morning. Good morning, Rolita. Thank you. Number 2 is self-control. Number 3, a sense of justice. You know, I'm sure you may have worked in an environment where there are these little favorites, these little cliques. You know, you're not in the in crowd, and as a leader, you cannot be showing favoritism. You know, you have to have a sense of fairness and justice, knowing how to treat everyone the same, because you know it's very easy. People can see right through that. They see how some leaders treat one segment in a certain way and another group in another way. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning. Glad that you can join me this morning. I think, where are you? Stacy? I'm not sure where you live. Which reminds me, be sure to tell me where you're tuning in from. I would love to know that. Thank you. Decisiveness. Oh, can't decide what to do. All right, we're going to do this. This week, we're going to be focusing on this. Next week, we're focusing on something else, rather than trying to keep that theme going through until it's mastered or perfected before moving on to something else. Or can't make a decision on something. Your team or whoever you're leading, it will tend to fall apart if you're not, if you can't make a decision. Yes, you cannot be wavering or being unsure of yourself as an effective leader. You need to be decisive. That was number 4. Number 5, an effective leader knows how to execute plans. You plan out your work, and then you work your plan. You can't try to haphazardly or just kind of like pull something together. You have to really plan out, organize, and those plans with your team so that everyone's on the same page. All right. So yes, you have communicate those goals and whatever the plans are with your associates. Number 6, have a habit of doing more than what is required. Doing more than what's required. These are ideas that have come from the book that I'm reading, Think and Grow Rich, written by Napoleon Hill. And he shared the experience of working at the White House back in 1933, I think he says, with Franklin Delano Roosevelt, that president at that time. And I don't know how many years he had worked with President Roosevelt, but I don't know, somehow the question of salary never arose. And so when the president asked him, how much do you earn? He said, I don't know. No one has ever discussed. So he had not, however long he had worked, he had not been paid. And he didn't want to bring it up. So when he was asked, he said, well, you know what, just give me $1 for each year that he's been there. But I don't know how many years that was in total. But during that time, to keep himself occupied, he said he wrote the manuscript for this book, Think and Grow Rich. He written it for himself, not to be published or anything like that. But these were just his thoughts. And after he came out, he thought, you know what? I think he said he had written like 6 books, but Think and Grow Rich was the one he thought, may have had some promise. And he took it into the publishing company, and they looked at it. Who was the president, I guess, said, well, is this something that you think others would read? He said, I don't know. Why don't you read it and find out? He took it home, read the manuscript, absolutely loved it, took it to his job the next day, got all the people who worked at the publishing company. He made it a required reading, and then they took a vote unanimously. Everybody thought, yes, it needed to be published. And in its first year, it grossed over $18 million. $18 million. Now, going back to habits of doing more than what's required. Yes, he did whatever he needed to do there in the White House, but he did more. He was taking some notes to keep his mind occupied. So he went beyond, above and beyond, and he took the manuscript. It was published not only in the English language, but in so many other languages, and it's still on the top bestseller list of one of the best written personal development books. Call it the granddaddy of all those personal development books. So I thought that was remarkable. You do more than required, not necessarily for more gain, but it will transcend. If you develop that habit, it will transcend in all of your dealings, all of your workings, and it's a good attribute to have. All right, so those are the 6 that I've shared. Number 1, have unwavering courage. 2, self-control. 3, a sense of justice, a keen sense of justice. 4, being decisive. 5, executing plans. and 6, having the habit of doing more than what's required or what you're being paid for. So these are some attributes that can, even if you don't have them, if you look at your own life and say, hey, you know what, I might be lacking in this area, work on that, because these are all attributes that can be cultivated in our lives. All right, so that's what I have for you today. Somewhere in the, let me see, some others may have come on. I don't know, I think I still am on. Yeah, do me a favor, share this out. If anything I shared with you resonates with you or is valuable to you, chances are someone else might find it valuable as well. So if you would share this out, don't forget to tell me where you're tuning in from. And if you're catching the replay, type #replay. So somewhere in the description, I do have a link to attractive marketing. That's what I do. We don't go chasing down people. We share our stories. We share a little bit about ourselves, and as our story resonates or our vibrations connect with others and they want to know more, that's how we do it. So that's what I have for you today. Every morning I come Monday through Friday to share a nugget or two, what I've been learning with my audience. And if this would benefit you, feel free to download the app. No, not down. Click on the link and download that free training. All right. Also, I am also looking at Facebook pages. Some of you who are business entrepreneurs and you want to know how to make your Facebook page more attractive, just put a 1 in the comments and I will be sure to connect with you, and I can just offer you some free tips on how you can make it more attractive. Now, next week is the week of the 26th, and I will be doing a 5-day Facebook Live challenge. If you'd like to participate in that, because I know a lot of us have things, ideas that we want to share, but for whatever reason, something is blocking us. And doing a Facebook Live, some people may not know exactly how to do it. So I'll be coaching a 5-day challenge to help you be able to bring what you have inside that you are eager to share with an audience, bring it to light. All right, so be sure to put a 2 in the comments if you would like to participate. And let's see, good morning, Elder Charles. Glad that you can join me this morning. And good morning, Sylvia. Glad that you can join me too, my classmate. Again, tell me where you're tuning in from. And every morning, like I said, I come and share a nugget or two, Monday through Friday. But this week is a little different because Thanksgiving is on Thursday and Friday, so I will not be doing a live on Thursday or Friday. All right, so I thank you for joining me this morning, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great, productive, and on purpose day. Bye now.